by Alice Phillips. Day 1. Touching time in Karnak and Luxor. It was still dark when I left my Cairo hotel. The city barely awake. The early hush of morning clung to the roads as I was whisked to Cairo airport. I was groggy, but there was this thrill in my chest. Luxor, the heart of ancient Egypt. I could hardly believe it was happening. An hour later, flying over the Nile Valley, the landscape below shifted from the chaos of Cairo to vast, endless sand, stretching like parchment. Landing in Luxor felt like opening a history book where every stone whispered something ancient. My guide, a passionate Egyptologist named Mahmoud, met me at the airport with a warm smile and a stack of insights. Our first stop? The mighty Karnak Temple. Nothing, and I mean nothing, prepared me for Karnak. Walking into that forest of colossal sandstone columns in a hypostyle hall was like stepping into another universe. The sheer scale stunned me. I felt like an ant among gods. The light played on the hieroglyphs, the past frozen mid-prayer. Mahmud's stories of generations of pharaohs expanding the temple made me pause with awe at every corner. This was once the most sacred place in all of Egypt, he said. I believed him. Lunch followed at a local restaurant, a welcome break. The food was flavorful, rich with cumin and coriander, and the mango juice was a revelation. Then Luxor Temple. Where Karnak was grand and imposing, Luxor was mysterious and spiritual. Built by Amenhotep III and later added to by Ramses II, it felt alive with old rituals and gods. I touched the ancient stones, smooth, sun-warmed, and imagined ceremonies once held under the same sky. Later, we had some free time to explore Luxor's bazaars. I wandered through shops bursting with spices, alabaster figurines, and colorful scarves. A young shopkeeper brewed fresh hibiscus tea, and we chatted about everything and nothing. That night, I checked into a lovely 5-star hotel. As I stood on the balcony watching the Nile shimmer in the moonlight, the day washed over me like a dream. Summary of the day. Standing beneath Karnak's towering pillars, I felt truly small, for the first time in the most sacred way. Day 2. West Bank wonders and a felucca farewell. After breakfast with Nile, views, and the best falafel I've ever tasted, we set off for the West Bank of the Nile. The light had a golden softness to it, casting a spell over the desert landscape. Our first stop was the Colossi of Memnon, 2 towering statues of Amenhotep III that rise like stone sentinels in the morning mist. Birds perched on their heads, and I felt dwarfed again. They've been standing there for over 3,000 years. Imagine the sunrises they've seen. Next, the legendary Valley of the Kings. Now this was the moment I had been waiting for. We entered 3 tombs, each more breathtaking than the last. The walls were vivid with colors. Pharaohs sailing into the afterlife, gods offering blessings, stars swirling on ceilings. In that cool, quiet underground, I felt the weight of eternity. No photos could capture this. It was pure magic. And then Hatshepsut's temple. She was Egypt's only female pharaoh, and her temple proves she wasn't here to play small. Built into the cliffs like a palace carved from the mountain, the symmetry and elegance floored me. The story of her reign, the power she held in a man's world, echoed in every terrace and statue. we broke for lunch at a cozy local restaurant, which offered up grilled meats and tahini that I still dream about. And just when I thought the day couldn't get more perfect, we boarded a traditional felucca boat on the Nile to Banana Island. The breeze was gentle, the water calm, and time seemed to slow. On the island, we walked among banana groves and sampled the freshest bananas I've ever tasted. Sweet, soft, sun-ripened. By evening, it was time to head back to the airport. I watched Luxor vanish below as the plane lifted. Cairo's lights welcomed me back like an old friend. Summary of the day: standing inside a pharaoh's tomb, surrounded by vivid walls of afterlife dreams, I realized I wasn't just seeing history, I was feeling it.